Hello guys, morning everyone, morning Jane Derbyshire, hello, how are we all? Tina Davis, morning from Dublin, Breda Doyle. Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it, having an evening without the night shift. I felt almost like I needed to do a crafty one on the quiet, but night shift that is obviously. Hi Faith Goodman. Yes, I think we may well have seen about that. I think it's in the title of today's coffee moaning, isn't it? Hi Sky Lease, hi Jens Market, Heather Westgarth, Gemma, Leo, hello, Richard Kavanagh. What's going on in Leicester? It's a bit unclear to get any kind of details apart from I think that the story is that it has spread exponentially through, strangely, their younger population. And it's not that the younger population are necessarily going to be dying of this thing, it's just that it obviously leaves the entire population more vulnerable. So I think something like ludicrous, like a third of the country's newest cases started in Leicester or have been in Leicester. So I think, they had to be seen to be doing something. So hi Debbie Evans, Marie Ryder, Gemma P, apparently due to factory outbreak. Yeah, I've heard that about a sandwich factory or something like that. Rebecca Holland, cases are going up again in Ireland. It does seem to be like there's a bit of a bounce up everywhere, doesn't there? I mean, I think cases going up is one thing. Deaths may be going down. So could it be emulating more of the flu now, and that more people are going to get it, but even fewer people are going to die? Do you see what I mean? So it doesn't mean we don't want to avoid it. We do want to avoid it, and we want to get away from it. But again, I do worry about obviously the other side of knowing there are more cases is that will come with testing more people. Nicola Hyde, hi Mark, I've got a headache this morning. I've got a terrible headache this morning too. I had it last night as well. Morning, Sally O'Sullivan. More people are getting tested. Nicole Mosella. It's the younger people getting it in Ireland now. Clodagh Egan. I mean, are they getting it? But they're not getting particularly ill, are they? I mean, the danger is that they spread it to the older members of society. So I mean, there is a need to kind of limit it or control it. So top of the morning to you, Vicky, Preston, Anne-Marie Franklin. Also, we don't know how they're going to implement it. No, we don't. We don't know if they're going to be roadblocks or anything like that. Yes, I heard that it was a sandwich bakery. So yeah, Leicester's in lockdown. Does anyone live in Leicester or near Leicester? Does anyone have any sense of what's going to happen there? Nadia's just doing a morning meeting with loose women. I think a phone meeting. Hi Ian Bassett. Yeah, Nadia's just doing a phone meeting. I think she's on Loose Women today or tomorrow. They're recording it today anyway. Hello from Australia. Put a cool flannel around your neck and it will help with your headache. Done 9977. Younger people are going to bars more make sense, like in some states in the USA. Yeah, I think so. I mean, and I think this is the worry, isn't it? Coming up to Super Saturday. I mean, they're already talking about countless. One second. Oh. Sorry, just on a live. They're talking about countless other forms of. Oh God, it's gone really blurry, isn't it? Hang on, let me see if I can sort that out. Sorry, it's just gone really blurry. Oh. Let me just try and sort that out. Oh, Anne Brown, you're in Leicester. Let me go from up here. It's very unclear what will be happening here. Absolutely. Yeah, has it gone blurry? Has it gone blurry? Finishing the book, Sandy. That's the biggest work project at the moment. 50,000 word book. That's quite big. So we're finishing that hopefully in the next couple of days. My friend's sister lives in Leicester, and so far they've been told to do what they have been doing already and stay in and only go out when essential for shopping, but other than that, nothing. Courtney Garrett, I live in Nottingham, pretty close to Leicester, and I'm worried people will ignore the local lockdown. Yeah, there is the suggestion that people might actually be sort of like travelling out of Leicester and heading around. There's going to be a lot of sort of mobility towards Birmingham and stuff like that. That was so funny. She wasn't she? in Leicester. There are 500 people in a sandwich bakery with COVID, apparently. There are staff. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that's the reason why. I think there's obviously been a work blow-up of some form. And this other story that someone was mentioning just a minute ago, flu virus with pandemic potential in China. It's another new swine flu of some form they're talking about. Now, apparently this isn't a danger, even though it's the top trending news story. Everyone needs to keep calm because, you know, they're saying it could mutate. This is that classic case of the press run with a story that isn't yet a story, but is a potential story. So I think, you know, this idea that there's always a pandemic threat, there's always a threat from a new virus, there's always a threat from various different outbreaks, but this one is from the pig community, so we could be looking at another swine flu of some form. I just think that when we come out of this, don't you think we just need to have even more money and attention on all forms of pandemic potential around the world? I just think we need to be examining that. Emily Denmaid, yeah, you're absolutely right. Complete scaremongering. Jenny Mann, keep calm and have a cake. Oh, I like that. Steph Coleman, good morning. Sarah M, how are they monitoring people travelling in and out of Leicester? Well, they didn't talk about doing roadblocks, did they, interestingly? They were going to do roadblocks, but they didn't talk about it. What's your favourite Sylvester Stallone movie? That's a bit left field, isn't it? Favourite Stallone film? If I'm honest, I'm not an enormous Sylvester Stallone fan. Paigey, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Paigey. This weather is so rubbish. It is, but I kind of prefer it to like 80,000 degrees with nowhere to go. Carol Ridge, morning. Morning, Charlene Mays. How are we all? So yeah, just thought we'd touch base. It's a brief one today, only because Ned's is busy and I've got to crack on. And you know, we've got the book done, but we're just doing those final little editing bits at the side of it. So it's all very exciting. And then once that goes in, we'll hopefully be done. But what other news is there? What news is kind of frightening you? I think that flu pandemic story, which is trending at #1, BBC News. I think that's one of those stories that it's just designed to cause total distress and upset, isn't it? It's just caused to make us all go into a tailspin of absolute worry and fear. Press are putting negative news on China. What's that? Sorry, I can't see it. My computer's gone down, that's why I'm hesitating. Press are putting negative news on China due to the passing of the law in Hong Kong. Is to create the general public to be against them if we choose to react. Steph. Mark, would you ever write a book about your life? Think it would help loads of people? Watch this space. You should have a few days off. We would all understand. Chi-Chi has just come in. She has Mrs. PD. What are you doing this weekend, guys? What are you all doing this weekend? Yep. Hong Kong legislation has been passed. Don't think it's a particularly good thing. It's set to criminalise subversion and collusion with foreign forces and curtail protest and freedom of speech. Does anyone ever sometimes wonder whether it's all very coincidental that whilst coronavirus is happening, this is also happening? Does anyone think that? Is it at all coincidental? That two things have happened. The annexing of Hong Kong and Putin could be in power until he's 83. Any potential coincidence between the Western world being totally distracted with coronavirus and two enormously worrying states sort of making a bit of a land grab? Just thought I'd throw that out there. Just thought I'd throw that out there for us all to chew the cud about. So sorry, what were you saying? Staying at home, Yvette Briggs. You're not going anywhere. Going to a drive-in cinema on Sunday evening, Sarah M. That'll be fun. What are you going to see? Yeah, Jill Lister, glad you visited Hong Kong last year. Wouldn't like to go now. No, not at all. You're staying at home. Victoria Helm, you're staying at home. Not yet, Jill Lister. There's conspiracy theories and then there's conspiracy theories. But what you have to understand is there is no coincidence that Russian ships were swimming around the British Sea at the beginning of the coronavirus. You know, we can either blithely think that Russia is a very sort of passive and agreeable state, or think that they're, you know, perhaps they've got their own self-interest and desire for expansion. It's happened throughout history, so there's actually precedent there. And I think with China too, you know, it's not about they decided to create this bug in order to do it. But given that the bug happened, what better time to do it? That's kind of what I'm suggesting. Not that there was necessarily let's release a virus in the world and make it easy to do this, but, there's a virus in the world. This is a great moment to do it. Governments in this country do it all the time. They use other news flow to cover other news flow. It's a fact of life. So I don't think it's particularly conspiracy theory. I think it's something we all need to be aware of and we should be free to discuss. Before we all started looking too deeply into everything and testing everything, Sandy, we would never know what's out there. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. I'm inclined to agree with you. And I think, if not ignorance, no, I suppose ignorance isn't bliss totally. I think there are a lot of things out there that could be monitored and controlled that we don't need to let the whole world and general public know about, such as this new swine flu. And I think we could manage that behind the scenes more effectively without kind of publishing all these bloody stories that make everyone go, that's a bloody pandemic. Morning, Winnie Bigham. Maybe they have done this Leicester lockdown as a scaremongering tactic so people behave on July the 4th. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I mean, I wondered whether also they're going to try and use Leicester as a case study to see how a local lockdown would work. So maybe they've been overzealous in kind of clamping down on Leicester in order to sort of test drive the idea. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Cineworld delaying opening, are they? Yes, no. Well, I saw that AMC were in America, and I guess, all the films have been pushed back, so they're going to have to delay opening because they haven't got any bloody films to put on, have they? No new films, anyway. Faith Goodman, thank you for that. So I just wanted to do a very quick touch base with you all guys this morning. We're just going to crack on today. There will be a vlog landing later today at some point, and Nanny Di will be visiting at some point this week, and Nadia sends her love, and we all send our love, and we missed doing night shift last night, but we hope you enjoyed her food. It was delicious, her creamy mushroom dish. So please head over there, go and watch that, and stay tuned throughout the day. We'll be trying to post more on YouTube stories, the little round dot on the icon, so that you know what's kind of coming up more when it's coming up, so to speak. So, so lots of love, guys. Speak to you later, and stay safe.